1,000 players build massive civilization in Minecraft by Ish. 39 million views 2 years ago. Now, I've been wanting to watch this for a while now. Because, like, 1, Minecraft. 2, 1,000 people. Like, that's insane. And, like, it's really popular, too. It's just, just a little. An hour and 13 minutes. This video is an hour long. I have never uploaded a reaction video that's like over like 40 minutes long. This is gonna be my first, because this reaction's definitely gonna be over an hour long, because the video's over an hour long. So, yeah. So, I'm gonna have to rush this intro, so, like, you know, get into it. First of all, if you didn't see my community page, 1, I'm going to be taking a break from BFDI reactions, because they're feeling a bit repetitive. There's a bug on my screen. Getting a bit repetitive, and I feel like I'm just going, like, whoa, ooh, whoa, like, all the time. I want to, like, actually react to stuff, like, I react to. I want to, like, I feel like my biggest problem with the BFDI reactions is I'm only watching 1 episode at a time. So, yeah, it's temporary. Like, I will go back to BFDI, but just give me a bit. I'm going to react to some other stuff first. Second, I didn't mention this on my community page, but I'm going to be making reactions on my computer now. So, yeah, mouse. Look at my mouse. See, I can pause and play really quickly. I can scroll through really quickly and, like, ooh, what's this? Oh, what the hell? And I can mute the video. I can do all that stuff. And I can scream really loudly. Try not to scream too loudly. I already practiced screaming earlier and it hurt my throat. But, yeah. Without further ado, if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing to Ish. I'm going to subscribe to you. Consider subscribing to this, consider liking the video and stuff like that. And, consider doing the same to my channel, you know. It's made by Ish. I-S-H. If you didn't know, I hinted towards that in my community post. Like, it's like, the reaction will be different-ish. Yeah. I'm just gonna get into the video. Hello, Mr. Buggy. Let's go.
In the biggest social experiment ever done in Minecraft, I scattered 1,000 people across 4 massive...
Hey. I may be slightly stupid. Why am I going frame by frame? That says 1,003? Mr. Ish.
People across 4 massive islands to simulate a realistic civilization. The players were given no help or guidance, and just like in real life, if you die, you remain dead forever.
I'd be that guy.
Each player has the freedom to do whatever they want. Gather resources, join a society, become a dictator, or if it comes down to it, go to war.
How did he get this many people?
With so many people on each island, anything can happen. But I can promise you one thing. This event ended up having the most entertaining story arc I've ever seen. You do not want to miss this. So pick a nation to root for and enjoy the video. I present to you the 1,000 player civilization experiment.
I root for Ish. I think Ish will make it to the end.
Don't forget, if you want to participate in these videos, join my Discord server, and of course, subscribe.
I can... Hold up. Once. Nah. I'll do that
To my
some other
channel.
time.
All right, everyone ready to be
next
teleported?
video, you'll see
Jump
me.
if you're
You'll see me
ready.
in the next video. Look for a purple guy.
Okay, here we go.
I'll be the world's.
I'm in.
On day one, all 1,000 players were teleported to their islands, each its own biome. We had plains, desert, snow, and jungle.
This is huge.
Most players spent the first day scouting their island, searching for a place to settle, but almost immediately we started to see people dying, and oddly, they were all coming from the snow island. It turned out people were freezing to death after getting stuck in powdered snow, which looks exactly like regular snow, but sucks you in like quicksand.
Ish. How many times do I have to pause this video? Doesn't look exactly. There's a texture difference. There is a texture difference. Come on, you gotta know these things if you're a Minecraft YouTuber.
Oh no! Even worse.
Is he even a Minecraft YouTuber? Wait, is this guy even a Minecraft YouTuber? Yeah, it's Minecraft stuff. Minecraft. Oh. No, it's just Mr. Beast. Yeah, it's just... And this guy has something to do with Mr. Beast.
For the poor people on the snow island, trees were almost nowhere to be seen. The desert island also had very few trees, which players needed if they wanted to get wood. But the places where players did find trees quickly became extremely valuable hotspots for groups to settle at and colonize. Look at all these people coming together. Community crafting. They're making progress. Meanwhile, the people on the jungle island had essentially unlimited trees and were thus already thinking about other things. What did you say your plan was?
I'm gonna take over the world. This is my right-hand man.
Yeah. No. Wazak. Or Wazak. Waze 0CK. This guy. Trust me. I will be him, but I'll succeed. He's gonna come just short of succeeding, but fail. Because that's how like these things go. But I'll be him, but I'll succeed. Wait until the next video. I'll succeed. You know. Wazak, I'm rooting for you, bud.
Darbo. Hello, right-hand man Darbo.
Don't talk to him.
I'm rooting for you.
While having a lot of trees did seem like an advantage at first, many jungle people found the island to be difficult to traverse, given the immense amount of trees and the hostile mobs that would spawn on the surface due to lack of sunlight. Uh-oh. The fear of traveling also made it more difficult for jungle people to talk with each other, since players could only read chat messages from people 100 blocks away from them or less. Although frankly, at least they didn't have to see what me and the admins were looking at. Lastly, we get to the Plains Island, and boy was it different from the others.
It's gonna be like beautiful. It's gonna be.
It truly was just
Sweden.
The perfect island to live on, with green grass, trees, animals, and no natural dangers. Guys, make a little animal family or farm. Not needing to worry about dying as much as everyone else, the people on the Plains Island were among the first to start mining for resources like iron or diamonds. They were also the first to build up villages and, yes, to create civilizations. Throughout the first day, you could see two main groups starting to come together. One of them, a democracy led by a player named Horace Crown.
Our aim is building the most beautiful and nicest city on the entire server.
And the second, also a democracy led by a player named Sidefall.
I just want to make sure nobody dies.
It was actually kind of odd how similar these two civilizations were. They were both located on the southern shore, they both had democratic elections, and their leaders both wanted...
Either they're going to turn into dictators or going to be the biggest heroes in the entire thing. And I'm going to, like, love them.
Good for their own people. I just hope nothing happens to change that.
I'm gonna make an Among Us character.
Never mind, I hope they die. Soon it was the end of day one. Players across all 4 islands logged off and made plans for the following day.
Alright. I'm liking this so far. Oh, we already lost
It was
over
on
50
day
people.
2 when civilizations really began to thrive. In the southeast corner of the desert, what used to be an empty patch of grass was turning into the desert's largest nation.
Holy
Hello, good
cow.
sir.
Yo, what's up, Ish? The Sultan is back.
You might recognize the player Storming
Hello.
Hell from my first civilization video where he
I
led a
don't.
nation called the Sultanate. Well, now the desert dictator is back with the Sultanate 2.0, and this time with a
Alright.
population of over 100 people.
I want to maintain order and peace in the desert.
The rules, as established by the Sultan, included wear proper attire, do not eat pork, complete your mandatory work, and most
right.
importantly, acknowledge the Sultan as the supreme and divinely chosen leader. Moving
sounds like a
on, since it was
dictatorship.
still hard to get food in a dry climate, the people of the Sultanate focused on developing different types of food production, like fishing in the surrounding ocean. On
Yeah, that
top of
makes
this,
sense.
a player named Drip Chicken made a chicken market, although when I checked it out myself, it turned out to be a very different type of market.
Welcome to Los Pollos Hermanos.
Thank you.
Would you like
Alright.
some totally legal sugar?
Anyway, we finally go back. Back to the snow island. As I was
Did
flying
he
around.
take... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
Anyway,
minute.
we finally
I
go
saw
back
that, Ish.
to the snow island.
took it.
As
You
I was
back-
flying
you
around,
took
I
it.
found what I can only describe as a British shrimp. Is the cold climate really the best place for a shrimp?
I mean, depends. Look at my little friend over here, you know?
Yeah, that's a
Who's
British
your
friend.
friend? Underneath?
Shadow?
Yeah, he's fully here. He's literally
Oh.
he's chilling.
Oh, he's up
Yes.
here now.
He's dead.
No, my fish buddy. Please go back down.
Despite the killer powdered snow and the occasional polar bear,
What?
the people on the snow island
Yeah,
were
the
actually
occasional-
doing
yeah.
pretty well building settlements
sense.
together.
Usually
Nobody was
it's
fighting because
polar bear,
everyone
yeah.
had one common enemy, the harsh climate. That being said, it turned out that all of these snow settlements might be a bit more than just little communities. On day 2, rumor was getting out about a conspiracy that, despite them all being spread out across the entire island, a lot
They're
of these snow
all run
settlements
by
were
one
actually
person.
all being run by one single person.
I was
whose
joking.
goal-
Wait. I was. Guys, I haven't seen this before. Guys, I haven't seen this. Trust me. I'm not in this. No, I'm him. I'm him. I changed my skin. That was my skin a while ago. That's me. His name is because it was me. My username was Eldrick Man.
was to unify the entire snow island
Yeah, that's
under
my goal. Yeah,
one
yeah. That's
mighty
me.
empire. This person's name was Alanulo, and
Why was I not far off though? Eldrick. Alaniolo. That is straight up just the name that like a king in the olden days would have. Like King Alan. Yeah, that's just King Alaniolo. Just slap that in a history book. No one would bat an eye. That just sounds normal. King Alaniolo.
and he was running this entire empire recruitment operation from an underground bunker where he felt he was safe for the time being. Essentially what he would do was hold meetings with people who were already leaders of their own settlements.
Okay, we got King Alaniolo, we got It's Ender, we got Red is the Lightning, we got a freaking turkey. And we got I cannot read that. To something ill.
And convinced them to merge their civilizations with his empire so they would be stronger together. He would give these leaders orders to fulfill, and in exchange, they would be guaranteed high-ranking positions in the empire. If this empire actually succeeds in uniting all 300 people on the Snow Island, it would easily become the most powerful nation in the world. In fact, it would be bigger than the Sultanate and the Two Plains democracies combined. Will this ambitious plan actually succeed? Let's see what happens in the following days.
I think he'll make it. I have faith. The question is, will he be wise or cool? That's the question. music. Is this original music or is this like music that's like not original music?
We've now covered the politics of every island except for the jungle. So what's going on here? Well, quite frankly, I had no freaking idea. It was chaos. There were about 30 different camps and tribes spread out across the entire island, and a lot of them were in constant fights with each other. Who are the? What is going on? There's a fight here. Here's a tribe that imprisoned one of their own members for being, quote, too rich.
I say we tax him and then let him out of jail. Well,
So overall, there was chaos. Nobody trusted one another. And to add to this, nobody wanted to travel too far into the jungle because they were scared of rogue tribes and especially hostile mobs. In fact, we actually had to remove creepers on day 3 because they were killing too many people.
Whoever asked.
Now, there were actually 2 tribes that were considered the most influential in the jungle. The first, a river-based settlement called the Sea People, whose leader was killed almost immediately by a random rogue tribe. The new leader, Yeet Speak, dedicated his rule to maintaining order, but also to keeping his people happy by setting up events like stand-up comedy nights.
I got a few jokes about unemployed people. Oh wait, none of them work.
The second influential tribe was located in the dead center of the jungle, and it was what appeared to be a faction revolving around the worship of a player named Seth. Hello, Mr. Seth.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Oh, this is just creepy. You're telling me this isn't a personality cult?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. It's a way of life, alright? It's a religion.
Lastly, as I was flying around, I happened to run into this guy again.
I'm gonna take over the world.
Believe it or not, he had actually become the leader of a pretty impressive settlement. Granted, there's a lot of internal drama in his tribe.
Yeah, let's go.
Really cool power thing.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. This
can you see our farm over there? It's really cool and nice. Now come over here.
Yeah, Wazak.
Could you tell us what this is?
In short, 2 of Wazak's tribe members built a librarian's tower, and he thought it was ugly and wanted to burn it down. Now, when I talked to the librarians, they said Wazak just doesn't like the library because he's illiterate. As I said, drama. Now, the jungle wasn't the only place having problems. The Plains Island was seeing both a surge in development,
this happening because of the Among Us?
but also a rise in tension. The leader of one of the Plains democracies, Horace Crown, had found out that the other Plains nation, run by Sidefall, had reached out to the Snow Island looking for potential alliances. Horace Crown did not like that Sidefall was reaching out to other islands instead of reaching out to him, so he quickly established his own alliance with...
What? Oh, okay. So, let me, okay. Acting skills 101. Let me just figure out this thing. So I was like, yo, turkey guy, let me, and, Elanio, and, too much Drew or some, whatever his name was. Yeah, I want to team with you, yeah. And then Horace Graham was like, oh, screw you. You ain't allowed to do that. Team with me instead, buddy. You don't team with me, then I will make sure that you can't team with anyone by killing you. Yeah. I told you he turned into a dictator.
2 other Plains settlements, both located on the east side of the island, which would essentially cut off Sidefall's access to most of Plains if a war were to break out.
We think Sidefall is definitely up to something, and we're planning to stop him.
The people living on the Plains Island, who had otherwise taken their peaceful lives for granted...
Yeah, as I was saying, he's not up to anything, bro.
We're getting very worried about a potential
that is what I'm saying.
Their peaceful lives for
that's
granted.
What I'm saying. He is dead wrong, 7-7.
Getting very worried about a potential massive war that would devastate their homes.
You're the one causing the war.
We want family, not war.
Meanwhile, on the desert island, the Sultan storming hell was not happy when he discovered that a group of mountaineers had made their home on the mountains surrounding the Sultanate.
Are you not
so
happy
the
about
two
that?
groups had a meeting to discuss this dispute over land.
Why does the Sultanate have any more right to a plot of land?
Simply, might makes right. We're stronger, so if it comes down to it, may the stronger group win.
People in the desert were starting to get worried about Storming Hell's tyrannical nature, so some of them moved to a quickly growing democratic nation on the other side of the island. This was F.S.E.R.Y, the name derived from the Greek word for freedom. I asked their elected president, Saps, about the Sultanate.
Hopefully we can establish some peaceful relations for now. I mean, we're in the middle of a desert. Why fight, you know?
Overall, each island had its own conflict between the desert's Sultan dominance, the plains' alliance disaster, the jungle's total chaos, and the Snow Empire's takeover. At least one of these conflicts was bound to erupt very soon. And that conflict was Plains. At the beginning of Day 4, a propagandist told everyone that F.S.E.R.Y was about to attack the Plains Island.
Are you kidding me,
Crown
bro?
called Code Red, and everyone on Plains was freaking out, including these guys at the center of the Plains Island who built a tavern on the lake. I spoke with the bartender.
Welcome to the tavern. Am mindless. I hope you can enjoy a nice beer, since it might be our last.
You're probably wondering, what was F.S.E.R.Y actually doing? Well, it turns out F.S.E.R.Y was just as confused as everyone else, since he had no plans to attack anyone. The propagandist had lied.
I have no clue what you guys are talking about. I don't want to attack anyone. I don't want a civil war.
You're afraid? I can't believe it. So now, both sides were gearing up for a war over nothing but a miscommunication. And all throughout, F.S.E.R.Y was desperately trying to reach out to the other Plains leader, saying that he didn't want war. The other leaders doubted him.
What is happening?
But they actually agreed to meet with him as long as they met on neutral ground.
Alright.
Whoever told you guys I want war is lying.
Tell us the truth then.
Yeah.
While they talked, Horus Crown...
This little... Can you zoom in on this? I don't think you can zoom in. Oh, I can't zoom in. Can I not zoom in? Annotations. I want to zoom in on this guy. This stupid Horus Crown. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Crap. One second. Alright, back to it.
Secretly had undercover spies search F.S.E.R.Y's entire village, but he wasn't aware F.S.E.R.Y had someone else place a bunch of TNT under his village. But before things went too far...
Folks, we have a peace deal.
Gosh damn it!
By the thinnest of margins, crisis was averted. After talking, the leaders had made a peace treaty. I actually didn't get to see much of the meeting, but here's essentially what happened. F.S.E.R.Y first apologized to the other Plains leaders for not being open with them, specifically about his relationship with the Snow Island. He told them he had only reached out to Snow in hopes to get on the good side of a player named A.Freakin' Who was apparently...
I do it! He just wants to talk to a turkey.
Romulo's second in command. The Plains leaders discussed their disagreements on foreign relations, Horus Crown preferring keeping alliances within Plains, and F.S.E.R.Y believing in making allies on other islands. But they were able to put their differences aside. They banished the propagandist from the Plains Island. And at the end, the four major Plains nations created a great Plains alliance. The Plains Island went from being on the brink of war to being the most united island of all. And it wasn't just Plains. Toward the end of the day, all four islands were prospering. From the people on Snow collecting resources and building together, to the people in the desert working on the Sultan's build project.
I told you that Sultanate was a bad man.
Collecting resources and building together, to the people in the desert.
I told you it's the Dawn Among Us. Down the Mogos.
Working on the Sultan's build project, which was to create a massive holy city. Even the jungle was at peace at the end of day 4, since the remaining jungle people were just thankful that they were still alive. Soon, though, it was the next day. But before we let people back onto the server, the admins and I decided to add a little something.
What? Holy guacamole.
We added a 5th island in the center of the world, and we didn't tell the players that we did this. We wanted to see who would discover the island, how long it would take to find, and then what would happen next. So, we started up the server, and the wait began. But meanwhile, we have to talk about the Snow Island.
Alright.
Hello, Turkey!
Hello,
Turkey.
how's it going?
On day 5, the player F.S.E.R.Y finally gave me a full explanation of the mysterious Snow Empire, which I found out was named the Aculon Empire. Still fearing for his safety, the Empire's founder, Olanulo, gave orders entirely from his secret underground bunker, while his second-in-command, F.S.E.R.Y carried out his orders and led the people on the ground. You guys have settlements across the entire island.
There is a lot. Just know none of it was made by slaves.
That's what I call a good second-in-command. None of it was made by slaves.
Empire relied on strict order to maintain peace. It's now 200 citizens were each assigned a daily job like building, mining, or fighting, and whenever they were online, all citizens were required to be in 2 Discord voice channels at once, which I didn't even know was possible. Also, the Aculon Empire made it a point to document everything, including its list of members, its hierarchies, its physical landmarks, but what I found most impressive was the high-level operation going on in this seemingly regular building.
This singular building is the richest place in the entire server.
They called this the Quartermaster's House, and it was where the Aculon Empire not only collected and stored all its resources, but also distributed items using a complex request system, where, for example, a citizen asks for iron ingots, and then the Quartermasters decide exactly how much iron that citizen deserves, based on a detailed algorithm they developed. Has anyone tried breaking into this place?
Not yet. Let's just say, if you tried to get in without permission, you're not going to get a very nice welcome.
And I kid you not, just a few minutes later, this player, Xelius, was caught trying to sneak his way in, and he was sentenced to a public execution to be held the next day.
What? Oh, wait, I'm gonna have to cut this short. I'm just gonna have to edit these together. Okay. Alrighty. It's, can you hear me? Testing. Yep. Yeah, so it's been 2 days, but I'm back. I'm gonna finish this up. From what I remember, Wazak, rooting for him. Elanio in Turkey. I like Turkey. Elanio, I don't really know. Horus Crown can kill himself. Sidefall did nothing wrong. Saperida and the dictatorship thingy in the desert. And Shrimp. So I really remember.
They're kind of strict around here, huh?
As long as they don't take me my squid, I'm a happy man. Oh man, look at him.
The Snow Island continued to be hyper-vigilant about criminals, but so were other nations, like the Desert Sultanate, which made an inescapable prison. He is surrounded by lava. Or Wazak's nation in the jungle, which made a giant sand trap. Oh, this is evil.
Just you wait until we have a nice little deliberation with some.
Yeah, I'm gonna be put to death, you know. Like,
even planes didn't feel exactly safe, as this self-described capitalist nation made a giant wall to protect its people.
we want to make sure that communists cannot take this away from us.
But as I was talking to these guys, I got tipped off from someone in the desert that something big was about to happen. The Sultanate army's on the move.
What exactly?
The Sultan had sent his elite squad on a secret nighttime mission. Their goal? To find a group of people that had been rumored to want to assassinate the Sultan. They're at the north side of the island now.
Oh yeah, okay, this is our target. This is our
They're going
target.
after Saps.
Yeah, let's go, let's go.
I don't think so, no.
According to the Sultan, the people hiding in this little settlement were indeed the attempted assassins, and now the group had a decision to make.
Oh, we gotta kill this guy.
Do we kill this guy?
Up until now, there hasn't been any violence between desert nations. Will this be the breaking point?
Yeah. There he goes.
We are showing the desert that if you make plans to kill me, justice will come for you.
The Sultan's elite squad spent the rest of the night raiding the settlement, but during their chase of another suspected assassin, they ran literally into a major dilemma.
We know he's running to Syria.
The guy they were trying to kill was running toward the democratic nation of F.S.E.R.Y to get asylum there. The Sultanate is really about to roll up on F.S.E.R.Y. Holy. This could cause a major conflict. But the Sultanate's army didn't care. They barged into F.S.E.R.Y and searched every single house to find this one person who ultimately ended up getting away. Meanwhile, the people of F.S.E.R.Y were freaked out by the raid, but when they looked to their leader Saps for guidance, he was nowhere to be seen. He had fled. Eventually,
Saps. What? Hold on. I understand you're a leader, and I understand, like, you know, like, you might want to, like, preserve yourself, and I also, understand that, like, people are rolling up, but, like, there's just people, like, coming into your, territory. You may be scared, you may think they're going to try and kill you. If you're going to run away, take your people with you. Don't just run off. Especially because if you run off by yourself, then you're alone, and then it's easier to die. Like, come on, Saps, you got
the Sultanate's army left, but F.S.E.R.Y was not going to forget this.
School tower. Day 6, 8:31 remaining. Oh, right. This guy tried to break into one place. I understand it's a big place, but instantly, yo, bro, you gotta die. You gonna die, bro. You gonna die. You gonna be killed. So, R.I.P. is Zelios, Xelios.
By attempting to blow up the quartermaster's house, Zelius betrayed our people,
never mind.
and for this, he must die.
Trying to blow it up.
Glory to Aculon.
It was a busy day for a freaking turkey. The execution was successful, but the Empire didn't yet have a written constitution or a justice system. So a freaking turkey met with a player.
Okay, so you executed him on no terms, like no means. Because there's no justice system. So you can't say he did anything illegal. So that... Sure, that makes sense.
Who claimed to be a lawyer to set up a legal system.
You get the smaller seat, unfortunately, but do know it is quite important as well.
I'm used to cramming into tight spaces.
Afterward, a freaking turkey took his guard to Drew and confronted some farmers who he claimed weren't producing enough food for the Empire.
I swear,
I will not miss you rely on your food, like
the bow, please. I expect 5 stacks of bread delivered within 1 to 2 business days.
Even though he was a little tyrannical at times, a freaking turkey was actually becoming very well liked in the Aculon Empire because he got things done and he was a charismatic speaker.
Fellow citizens, it is my distinct honor to pronounce Steve and Pixel as husband and wife.
See, even though he was only the second in command of the Snow's Aculon Empire, many people were starting to view a freaking turkey as a better candidate for leader than Alanulo, since most people in the Empire had never even seen Alanulo, given that he's been hiding underground the entire time, afraid of being assassinated. In fact, some of his own citizens weren't even sure he existed. While Alanulo ruled from afar, only talking with high-ranking officials, a freaking turkey was considered a man of the people, someone who talks to everyone.
monkey of
In
the
fact,
people.
A.F.R.Y. Kentucky had gained so much notoriety that leaders of other nations were starting to reach out to him for alliances rather than to Olanulo. So, as a result of all of this, Olanulo was starting to get a little worried.
Turkey knows that I created this empire and its entire political system, and as long as I am alive, I will be its only ruler.
That's very funny. Here on the Jungle Island, things haven't slowed down one bit. Amidst the chaos, this small group had made a monkey religion, and their goal was to build the biggest tree in the entire world.
While everyone else is fighting and killing each other, we are peacefully building.
By now, every tribe in the jungle seems to have its own goal. These guys, building a tree. This group, called the Blue Cross, provided food and shelter to refugees. Meanwhile, Wazak's goal, which was still to take over the world, was seemingly driving him mad, especially after the librarians built a second tower. You did this out of spite, didn't you? Overall, it seemed like there was a lot on Wazak's mind, as if he was planning something. Something big.
He's gonna take over the world.
Meanwhile, Seth and the Sea People were still the two biggest tribes in the jungle, and both pursued very innovative political strategies. For example, Seth got married, but only so he could parade around the jungle and demand wedding gifts from everyone. And you know...
Now that's smart. And extremely, crosses so many moral and ethical lines. I love it.
What? It freaking worked? The Sea People, on the other hand, had taken on a massive goal, which was to finally end the chaos in the jungle. And they did this by sending out stealth groups and hunting down thieves, murderers, and anyone who they claimed did wrong. However, some of the supposed wrongdoers they killed were actually allies of Seth. In response, Seth demanded that the Sea People stop their initiative immediately, but the Sea People planned to continue. All of a sudden, the jungle island was on the verge of a massive war, as if there wasn't enough chaos already.
Day 7. The Pokemon key.
Wait, is someone actually here?
I think so.
Whoa, this is crazy.
Is it the Pokemon key or the Pokemon key? The soundtrack for this video.
7, a player named the Pokemonkey discovered the secret 5th island. The island had a mysterious...
I forgot about this,
Mysterious dead terrain, a small pre-built village in the center, and underground, it contained netherite, which is the strongest and rarest resource in the world. Now, Pokemonkey was a part of Sidefall's nation in Plains, and he quickly alerted Sidefall about the very strange and unexpected discovery he'd just made. He's taking the blue lantern so people believe him. Guys, I'm not lying, there really is an island! 2 minutes later, another person found the center island. This time, someone from the jungle. Then, like a domino effect, more and more people started arriving, typically either alone or in small groups like these guys from the desert. Even though they all came from different islands and nations, nobody was fighting. In fact, they seemed to be forming friendships and simply admiring this new mysterious place, saying this is amazing. Quickly, word began spreading across the world that there was a 5th island, and about 30 minutes into day 7, basically everyone knew. It was crazy how fast everyone found out. Now, some nations were hesitant about visiting, believing that the island was some sort of trap, while other nations like the Aculon Empire sent out large exploratory groups to investigate the island. So Aculon is here, but instead of mining for netherite, they're taking the wool from the tents. Oh, you don't have sheep in the snow island. That makes sense. Something I found interesting was that no nation, not even the Snow Empire, had the courage to publicly claim the center island as part of their nation, as their territory. probably because it would result in conflict with other nations, which was my secret intention when adding the island, that it would cause some type of war. But it didn't cause a war. Or maybe just not yet.
Wazuk is gonna cause the war.
Meanwhile, I present to you the story of Los Pollos Hermanos. Wow, you've really expanded your business.
Yeah, we're doing quite well.
Because starvation was such a big problem in the desert, Drip Chicken had made it his life's mission to feed the people of the desert. And ever since I spoke with him on day 2 next to his little food stand, Los Pollos Hermanos had become a staple of the Sultanate. But this business would soon run into some problems. See, on days 4 and 5, the Sultan storming hell was unsatisfied with the slow progress on his build project, the Holy City. So he demanded that the farmers of the Sultanate stop growing food and instead work on his build project.
That's just not a good idea.
The food supply going into Los Pollos Hermanos had completely stopped. The restaurant suddenly had no food available to sell. Having no food, Drip...
One sec. Alright, I am back. It's been another day. Okay. Just so you know, the reason why I've been having to go so much is because I've been recording these really late. It's not as late anymore, so I will be able to finish this. So, I remember things, so let me just get back to where we were.
Drip Chicken was instead forced to sell some questionable products, and if he was caught selling these products by either the Sultan or the Sultan's twin guards, he would probably receive a life sentence in the Sultanate prison. Meanwhile, the farmers of the Sultanate were unhappy since they wanted to farm, not be forced to build. So, in a rebellious move on day 5, Drip Chicken and the farmers secretly set up a meeting with Saps, the leader of F.E.R.Y.
Oh, that sounds like a bad idea.
I know you want to move to F.E.R.Y, but if you do, the Sultan will send his elite squad to hunt you down.
So, what do we do?
Go to plains or something. There's about to be chaos in the desert.
And Saps was correct. There was about to be chaos in the desert. For reasons he couldn't tell the farmers just yet, but he did tell me.
You know who Davert is?
Yeah, I think so. He's one of the twin guards, right?
He's about to leave the Sultanate and join me.
Really? The two people the Sultan trusts the most are his 2 twin guards.
What is wrong with the
brothers Daveret and Zamta, but one of them had grown tired of the authoritarian and warmongering ways of the Sultan. So Daveret had reached out to the leader of F.E.R.Y, and together they created the single craziest plan I have ever heard. And this was it. First, Daveret leaves the Sultanate to join F.E.R.Y. Next, the Sultan finds out about the betrayal and sends his elite squad to kill Daveret. Then, when the elite squad the betrayal and sends his elite
What is going on? What is going on? Ow. What is...
I know you want to move to F.E.R.Y, but if you do, the Sultan will send his elite squad to hunt you down.
So, what do we do?
Go to plains or something. There's about to be chaos in the desert.
And Saps was correct. There was about to be chaos in the desert.
I want to move to F.E.R.Y.
What do we do?
So there was about to tell me.
You know who Davert is?
Yeah, I think so. He's one of the twin guards, right?
He's about to leave the Sultanate and join me.
Yeah, that
really?
just sounds...
The two people the Sultan tried...
As what I was trying to say earlier, that just sounds like a horrible idea. Isn't the Sultan stronger than, like, F.E.R.Y? Like...
The most are his two twin guards, the brothers Davrit and Zamta, but one of them had grown tired of the authoritarian and warmongering ways of the Sultan. So Davrit had reached out to the leader of F.E.R.Y, and together they created the single craziest plan I have ever heard, and this was it. First, Davrit leaves the Sultanate to join F.E.R.Y. Next, the Sultan finds out about the betrayal and sends his elite squad to kill Davrit. Then, when the elite squad is away hunting for Davrit, and the Sultan is therefore alone, Davrit will sneak back into the Sultanate and kill the Sultan. Davrit will then claim leadership over the Sultanate, and as the new leader, he will finally bring peace to the desert. Davrit, there is no way this works.
Brother, grow some chest hair. Trust me, it'll work, alright?
So, at the end of day 7, Davrit snuck out of the Sultanate and headed to F.E.R.Y to begin the operation, while Drip Chicken and the farmers fled to the Plains Island. On their way out, some of them took one final look back at their home, at their restaurant, knowing that they would probably never see it again, knowing that the story of Los Pollos Hermanos had come to an end. On day 8, there was a major event on the Snow Island. For the first time ever, Emperor Olanulo had come out from his underground bunker. He had summoned the entire Snow Island to the Aculon Castle so he could publicly be crowned as the leader. Before the coronation, all high-ranking officials were required to provide Olanulo a gift.
I present to you a high-quality pair of premium brand sneakers.
Thank you, Applewood.
I, Baron Saul Goodman, give you this present, Lord Olanulo. My presence is your present.
After the gifts, Olanulo asked his second-in-command, A Freakin' Turkey, to make a speech affirming Olanulo's undisputed leadership.
My friends, the Aculon Empire is the strongest nation in the world. Not because of one leader, but because of all of us.
Thank you, Turkey.
At the end of the ceremony, Olanulo asked all of his citizens to follow him out of the castle, down the main path of the Empire, in a symbolic move meant to showcase the unity of the Snow Island. But this image of unity was only a mirage. There was a lot of discontent building within the Empire for many reasons. People didn't like that Olanulo's knights were constantly bossing them around, nor did the Aculon builders like it when Olanulo forced them to work on the Aculon castle instead of letting them finish their own projects. There was this general sense that Olanulo might be overreaching with his power, especially when he started spying on his own citizens to see who was criticizing his leadership. See, Olanulo believed that in order...
Olanulo, this isn't North Korea. This is Minecraft. No, that's
for his
just
citizens
no.
to have a good life, they have to live in a strong nation, and the only way to maintain a strong nation was through complete unity under a powerful and unchallenged leader. This is why Alaniel was fearful about the discontent within his nation, as well as the rising popularity of his second-in-command, A.F.R.Y. Turkey. Knowing that they were being spied on, many of A.F.R.Y. Turkey's supporters were becoming scared living on the Snow Island, afraid that they would be executed for not supporting Alanilo's leadership. So, with the help of A.F.R.Y. Turkey, plus another high-ranking official, its Ender, some Akulon citizens organized secret evacuations out of the Snow Island through underground tunnels, some of which led to Seth's nation in the jungle, others going to Sidefall's nation in plains. Both Seth and Sidefall were very open to accepting refugees, especially those who opposed Alanilo, someone who they believed to be a dangerous tyrant. Also, they had just found out that Alanilo had actually sent spies all across the world, including into their own nations, so they didn't like him very much.
Okay, Alanilo, you need to calm down.
We're not going back until there's some form of democracy in Snow. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Meanwhile in Plains, Mr. Turkey, are you starting a revolution?
No, I do not want a revolution. I just want to make sure Alanilo doesn't kill these people.
When are you going back to the Snow Island?
Probably tomorrow, because I'm going to try and host a meeting with Alanilo. I just think he's gone too far.
So while A.F.R.Y. Turkey stayed on the Plains Island for the rest of the day, Seth and Sidefall created the first ever multi-island treaty. This treaty not only established Seth and Sidefall as allies, but it also declared their nations refugee states, ones that are willing to accept all people fleeing from dictatorial regimes like the Sultanate or the Akulon Empire. As for A.F.R.Y. Turkey's position in the Akulon Empire, he was still technically the second in command, but it was only a matter of time before Alanilo finds out about the missing citizens, and then it's very likely that Turkey will be stripped of his position, or be kicked out of the Snow Island entirely and become a refugee himself.
Oh no. Do they have a justice system yet? Because I remember them saying that they didn't have an official one.
Wait, is that a basketball court? On day 8, the center island was getting a lot of visits from curious players, and instead of fighting each other, everyone was just kind of hanging out and doing their own thing.
Look at this.
What is the
B-Man? It's the B-Man.
Later that night, some adventurers started terraforming the dead terrain, making it green. This actually looks not bad. These guys, meanwhile, made a secret underground church, and they hosted many ceremonies and cultural events. What type of ritual is this? Now, I actually attended 2 churches on day 8, the second one in Sidefall's nation, although I was very disturbed by the person sitting next to me.
After a near-death experience.
What the hell? What? Okay.
Life began to feel more sacred.
Don't do it, man. Don't.
The wonders they hold. I cannot say what they are, however, right way to lead this world.
Whoa, what did I do?
They're taking him away. Oh, no.
He's just got this man banished.
Later that night, the Plains Island received an unexpected visit from the Akulon Empire's state-sponsored journalist. I'm with the news.
Hey.
Down with the news. Go away, tabloids. Go away. No false news today. They're kicking out the journalists.
Down with the news.
Meanwhile, I ran into these Plains farmers who literally did nothing but plant wheat everywhere. Oh
my god.
Look at all this freaking wheat.
Now, right next to the wheat field was a cookie factory in Horus Crown's nation, which took the wheat and made a variety of baked goods. See, ever since the Great Plains Alliance was signed on day 4, the people of Plains believed their island to be, for the most part, a very safe place to live, and as a result, many players felt secure enough to run their own businesses. There was the bakery, an Outback Steakhouse, boating and kayaking, 2 KFC, refugees, and there was the most recent addition, Los Pollos Hermanos. You made one in the plains biome?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Expansion.
Claiming refugee status, Drip Chicken and the Sultanate farmers received citizenship in Side Falls Nation, where they were able to rebuild their famous restaurants, and the people of Plains welcomed the refugees with open arms. The only person who wasn't happy was the owner of KFC, who now had competition. Anyway, when word got out in the desert that Drip Chicken and the farmers had fled the Sultanate, as did Davrit, many loyalists in the Sultanate were furious with these betrayals. While the Sultanate was still the second most powerful nation in the world, the first being Akulon, these betrayals of the Sultanate hurt the Sultan's public image, and he feared being seen as weak by the world and by his own people. So predictably, the Sultan sent his elite squad out into the desert to try to find and kill both Davrit and Drip Chicken. But instead of staying home in the Sultanate, this time the Sultan traveled with his elite squad. This threw a wrench into Davrit's assassination plan, and Davrit had no choice but to keep hiding underground until he saw an opportunity to strike. Meanwhile, the leader of F.S.E.R.Y, Saps, was extremely worried because he knew that the fate of his nation and his people rested on this assassination attempt. If it succeeds and the Sultan is killed, well, then all is well. But if it fails, it will only be a matter of time before the Sultan finds out that Saps was behind the plan, and then there is no doubt that the Sultan will seek revenge and absolutely obliterate F.S.E.R.Y, killing not just Saps, but all his people who, by the way, were entirely innocent. Saps purposefully didn't tell any of his citizens that he was involved in an assassination plot because they definitely wouldn't approve of something that puts them in such danger. All of this tension in the desert was really starting to get to some people, like this group which made a giant lava wall around their civilization. They wanted nothing to do with the politics of the desert, and they were rather paranoid about everything.
The walls keep us safe. We can't leave the walls for long, because then we're not safe. Everyone inside the walls is safe, everyone outside is not safe. They're strangers, we shouldn't trust them. Oh, by the way, also don't push any buttons you find in here.
Okay. I actually think this group was more of a cult than a civilization, but still, I think they had the right idea.
Where does that... Hold up, hold, what?
Still, I think they had the right idea.
Does this go? I understand maybe a trap or something, that's like no pressing ones, but where does that go, though? That looks like nothing, looks like void. Huh? Oh, God. Oh, no, I can't unpause. My entire screen's frozen. Ugh. Did Opera just crash? Oh my God. Alright.
And now we go back to the Jungle War. I say war because both major nations had already basically decided that they cannot coexist in the jungle. Seth was mad at the Sea People for killing many of his allies, while the Sea People were mad because Seth wouldn't let them kill those who they believed to be criminals. Neither nation was willing to compromise on this, so war seemed inevitable. However, because Seth had also recently formed an alliance with Sidefall from Plains, a war between the two jungle nations would likely cause Sidefall as well as the rest of the Plains Island to join the battle, thus turning this into an actual world war. So, given that the stakes were so much higher now, both sides agreed to have one final meeting to maybe work things out. It was Wazak who quickly offered his nation as a good neutral location for the meeting, and he was quite enthusiastic about hosting. On day 8, Seth and the Sea People sent their highest-ranking officials to Wazak's nation, where the meeting would take place.
Alright, Seth. You're up first.
I think the Sea People are killing people for a lot of irrational reasons. So, you know, as an example, right? They had 5 stacks of cookies taken from them. That takes like 3 minutes to get, bro. And he's like, I don't think you should murder someone over there.
We requested he give it back, and he basically said no.
They're
so he
killing
was
people.
KOS, and we killed him.
So that was exactly what Seth just said.
Let me add some
Well, I thought the Sea People were trying to like help and stuff.
Soon,
it's
the
still
argument
cookies
began
and
to
they
escalate.
okay.
And the people you attacked were direct allies.
I'm sorry, but what other ways do we have to stop the chaos in the jungle?
They stole. They didn't deserve to be killed over it.
Do you really want to go to war over this?
Well, if you keep killing our people, then we won't just stand by and watch.
Alright, fine. The Sea People declare war.
Alright, let's do it.
But before a fight could begin, Wazak yelled,
"Double now!"
Oh my god! He's gonna take over the world. Like he said, he's gonna take over the world. I don't think Seth or the Sea People guy died.
Oh my god.
Ride, Wazak, ride.
Wazak had just killed 7 people using his sand trap before getting away. Seth and the Sea People decided to put their war on hold and declared a unified worldwide manhunt for Wazak. Everyone was confused about why Wazak did this, but then I remembered something Wazak had told me the day before.
Listen, if the war breaks out, I have a plan to stop it.
Really? How?
Oh, you'll see, my friend.
When Seth and the Sea People declared war on each other, Wazak decided to use his sand trap and make himself the villain, so that the entire jungle would make peace to unite against him. Therefore, okay, I know I said I want to pause. Wazak, my hero. Okay, I've been rooting for Wazak kind of like jokingly because I just like no, Wazak, no, Wazak's my guy. Wazak's my guy. I love him. That was he made the entire island try. Literally, they want he made it so everyone wants to kill him just so they wouldn't kill each other. Wow, they straight up made it like an enemy of my enemy is my friend. He made that to make sure that the enemies wouldn't fight. He made himself the larger end. Oh my god. Wow. Actually preventing a world war. Wazak, you are a great man. Wazak is now hiding underground. Wazak, don't die. Don't die. You're a great man. If you die, then everyone fights. After spending most of the previous day trying to hunt down his enemies, the Sultan storming hell decided to take a break from the hunt and attend a wedding hosted by a small neighboring desert nation. A wedding, okay. It was a huge honor in the desert for the Sultan to visit your civilization, so there was a lot of buzz surrounding the Sultan's visit, and everyone in the desert knew he would be there. Zamta the twin guard was also at the wedding, and he was quite thankful for the break since he secretly despised having to hunt for his own brother. When the Sultan demanded that Davert be tracked down and killed, Zamta was horrified by this order, but he kept silent, fearing that he'd be next. Zamta could only hope that Davert was far away now, hiding in a place where the Sultan would never find him. But it turned out Davert was not far away at all, because he was on a mission. Look who's here. He's actually here. Come on, Davert. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, you got this. Davert was coming to kill the Sultan, but he had to be sneaky because the Sultan was guarded by his elite team. The plan was to catch him and his team off guard since it would only take a few hits to kill him. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on, Davert. Right now. Did the wedding end? The wedding's over. He's leaving. No!
No! Come on! Come on, Davrit! Come on! 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 Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Yes! 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 Come on!
Holy crap!
Come on! Come on! Who placed the firework?
He's hit him so many times.
Kill him!
Wait, Stormy's
Why is he
getting
not
away.
dead?
The elite
Why is he
about
not
Davrit
dead?
big time.
Come on, Davrit! Come on! Come on! Ooh. Come on!
Oh, he's getting close. He's getting close.
Come on!
Oh, he turned around.
Kill the dictatorship!
Holy crap! Everyone's
Oh God! Who's who?
insane.
Where is who? Who? What is going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? No! No, Derek! No! No! I believed in you! Saps! Saps! Oh God, Saps is done for! Saps? That's a cool tower. For the people! For the people! For the people. About elbows. New president Tubby. What the
Sultan's on his
hell?
way back home, I think. What is happening?
Davrit died, so Saps killed himself to save his people. Because... Come on. Come on. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Kill him for Davrit! For Davrit! Yeah!
What?
Let's go! Let's go! Yes!
Oh boy!
Zamta, my hero!
Angry
my
about
hero!
the death of his brother Davrit, Zamta betrayed and killed the...
Yes! Yes! Oh God! Oh God! My voice. Oh, sorry, I got a little... Yeah. Oh my God, thank you. For Davrit. I never liked this Stormanel guy. He's always just been a... Now he's dead, finally. Okay, so far, my favorite person on snow, Turkey. Gotta be Turkey. Favorite person on plains, probably Sidefall, I could say. Favorite person in desert, Zamta. Zamta. He's the GOAT. And favorite person on jungle, do I even have to say it? My boy Wazak. My boy Wazak.
The Sultan storming hell in what he called an act of revenge. All of a sudden, within the span of a few minutes, storming hell, Saps, and Davrit were all dead. Both the Sultanate and F.S.E.R.Y were without a leader, and the desert island was in a state of total confusion. Now, because the Sultanate didn't have a solid line of succession, there was a short power struggle that ended with the Sultanate getting completely dissolved. On day 9, the second most powerful nation in the world had fallen, and most of the Sultanate's citizens ended up fleeing. That being said, it wasn't totally the end. Some who were still loyal to the late Sultan decided to form their own militias, whose only goal was to track down Zamta and avenge the Sultan.
We are called by our divine leader to kill the dirty traitor. Mashallah.
F.S.E.R.Y, on the other hand, didn't dissolve and instead elected a new leader, a player named Jofiel, who was well-liked and trusted in the community. Still, the people of F.S.E.R.Y would continue to live in a state of fear, afraid they would be invaded by one of the new desert militias. Also, they would never find out why their founder Saps jumped off the Therian Tower, which he did because of guilt. After he saw Davrit die, Saps believed that the Sultan would invade and destroy F.S.E.R.Y, and he felt too ashamed knowing that he would be responsible. It was only thanks to Zamta that the invasion didn't happen.
He killed himself for absolutely no reason.
The death of the Sultan sent shockwaves throughout not just the desert, but the whole world. Many nations went on lockdown, including the Aquilan Empire. While they technically weren't allies, Emperor Olanilo had always admired Sultan Storming Hell's strong authoritarian leadership. So after the lockdown, Olanilo sent his diplomats to the desert to offer support to the Sultanate militias.
Of course they did.
At the same time, on the Plains Island, Drip Chicken of Los Pollos Hermanos was watching the desert from afar, and he was worried about these rumored desert militias. Because Drip Chicken was from the desert, he was able to educate his customers in Plains about the politics of the desert, and after Saps' death, he encouraged Sidefall to send diplomats to Theria quickly, and Sidefall did just that. On day 9, Theria officially joined Seth and all the Plains nations in the refugee state contract, and what originally started as a simple refugee agreement between Seth and Sidefall had now turned into a worldwide alliance called the Alliance of Democratic Nations, or put simply, the Allies.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. If they're the Allies, does that mean that Alanilo's Hitler? Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh God. Oh no. That's worrying.
As the people of the Aculon Empire continued their daily routines, the highest-ranking officials of the Empire gathered to discuss the new existential dilemma they were now facing. The Aculon Empire had always been the most powerful nation in the world, and it still technically is, but when adding together the populations of all the states in the Democratic Nations Alliance, it is the Allies that have more people overall. This made Aculon officials extremely worried. They saw this as the first legitimate threat to the regime. Alanilo agreed with this view, but at the moment, his attention was on another problem entirely. The problem known as A Freakin' Turkey.
Freaking Turkey, like
A Freakin' Turkey's rise to popularity had always bothered Alanilo, but now this conflict was at an absolute breaking point because yesterday, one of Alanilo's spies caught A Freakin' Turkey helping Snow citizens flee the Empire. Fleeing or defecting was strictly against Aculon law. Alanilo's spy also saw A Freakin' Turkey hanging out with not just Sidefall, but nearly all the major Plains leaders, which made Alanilo think, is A Freakin' Turkey planning something? Is he secretly working with the Allies? Is he about to orchestrate a full-scale revolution or an invasion of the Aculon Empire? These were all questions that Alanilo was wrestling with.
Didn't he say that he doesn't
the more he thought about it, the more he convinced himself that A Freakin' Turkey was probably committing some sort of treason and needed to be stopped. Yesterday, A Freakin' Turkey had reached out to Alanilo for a meeting, and today, Alanilo accepted this request, but with a few conditions. 1, this meeting takes place at the Aculon Castle. 2, Turkey comes alone. And 3, the meeting takes place not today, but tomorrow, because Alanilo needed some extra time for his builders to finish a certain project located on the top of the Aculon Castle.
The hell is that thing?
Nobody knew why or what the strange-looking tower was, but Alanilo insisted it be completed by the time Turkey shows up.
He's gonna nuke planes.
Tomorrow is certainly going to be interesting, so make sure everyone's ready.
Lastly, later in the day, Alanilo sent diplomats to establish alliances with both the desert militias and with the sea people in the jungle. Alanilo appreciated the sea people's value of order, and he promised that he will help them stop the chaos in the jungle and help them catch their #1 most wanted criminal, Wazuk. The sea people accepted this alliance, but they ended up not needing Aculon's help because late into day 9, Wazuk decided to turn himself in.
No.
He's about to be executed. A guilty conscience, perhaps.
I get why, but you're gonna die. I understand you're gonna die. I understand you may know that. But I don't want you to die, though. No.
All right, Wazuk, I understand you have a prepared statement. You may now read your final words.
Yes,
take over the world.
Hello, everyone. It's your old friend Wazuk. In the beginning, I wanted to rule the world. But I've made some bad decisions. And now, it's my time to go.
You killed innocents.
Shut
If there's one thing I've learned, is that time can never be your trusted friend.
Shut up.
Long live the jungle.
I'm saluting you. Goodbye. Goodbye, Wazik. Goodbye. Bro, R.I.P. man. He was. Oh, R.I.P.
After deciding that being a criminal in hiding isn't how he wanted to live, Wazik instead chose to face his inevitable death on his own terms, and by doing so, he gave the jungle one last moment of unity.
Anyone else jumping?
The conflict between the two major jungle tribes was still unresolved, especially now that they were in opposing alliances, but for this brief moment, there was peace in the jungle. Well, that was fun. Everyone's coming down the tree now. Most nations around the world took the end of day 9 to rest and reflect on how far they've come. For example, the jungle's Blue Cross tribe celebrated becoming international, with at least one charity location on each island.
Wow.
Meanwhile, in the desert, the two Sultanate militias held a funeral for the late Sultan, where they vowed to get revenge and chanted death to F.E.R.Y, after which they proceeded to finish building the Sultan's holy city in his honor. F.E.R.Y, on the other hand, expanded its reach into the arts and became the first civilization to develop music. Lastly, on the Plains Island, businesses were booming and civilizations were thriving. On day 9, the Plains Island had finished the construction of the ISH, the International State Highway, which made trade and transportation between the major Plains nations much faster.
Welcome
Overall,
to Nerdtopia.
The building and architecture and player creativity in Plains was simply amazing, and it was all made possible by the political stability of the Plains Island. Many in the desert and jungle and snow looked at Plains as the shining beacon that they can aspire to be like one day.
No, I wonder, is there anyone who actually lives on the 5th island? Did anyone move there and like permanently stay? Or is it just like a place that people visit?
As the end of the day approached, a freaking turkey returned to the Plains Tavern after spending the day traveling around the world, visiting civilizations in the jungle, the deserts, and of course the Plains Island.
Yeah.
During many of his visits, he was very surprised when he found out that most people from these foreign nations not only knew about him, but admired him.
Hey, he's an idol.
Because rumor had spread about his disobedience to Olanulo, and as a result, he had earned a worldwide reputation as the savior of refugees, the honorable rebel, the man who stood up to the emperor, and everywhere a freaking turkey went, he was welcomed with open arms. By the way, I think he would have been perfect for that.
Yeah, I heard there was a comedy show here. You should have called me over.
When it came to the Aculon Empire, the truth was, a freaking turkey had no intention of causing any type of uprising or revolution. In fact, he was strictly against the idea, knowing just how devastating a major war would be. But he did want change in the Empire. During his prolonged stay in Plains, he had seen what freedom and democracy look like. He had come to regret his more tyrannical actions in the early days, and he now envisioned a reformed Aculon Empire. His new dream was to bring democracy to Snow, bring freedom to the people of the Aculon Empire, and make the Snow refugees feel safe to come back home.
No, the world needs more people like these.
I might just be overly
I'm not even talking about Minecraft, just the world in general just needs more people like this guy.
Okay. If a freaking turkey is able to convince Olanulo to convert the empire from a tyrannical dictatorship into a free democracy, and then the Aculon Empire ends up joining the Allies, then world peace wouldn't just be a far-fetched idea for wishful thinkers. It would actually happen. With this massive goal in mind,
Come on, Turkey, I believe in you.
Turkey prepared for tomorrow.
You're a freaking
for his
turkey. You
big
got
meeting
this.
with Elanulo.
Day 10. This is the last day.
Just
Yeah,
remember
last
everything
day.
we talked about. We'll be watching.
Before A.Freakin' Turkey took off for the Snow Island, he had met with the 4 major plains leaders one last time to tell them what he hopes to achieve in his upcoming talk with Elanulo.
Alright. Can we kill Horse Crown?
The plains
I
leaders
still don't
were
like it. I don't know. I
pessimistic.
just don't
See,
like
when they
him.
heard about
So annoying.
Elanulo's strict conditions
Especially,
for the meeting
like,
to take
early,
place,
like, he was, like, always
they suspected that
talking to
this was
Cypher
going
like
to be
he's,
the
like, a
meeting
traitor
where
when he did
Elanulo
nothing wrong.
removes Turkey from his second-in-command position,
Come on,
or
have faith.
worse,
Have faith,
puts
guys.
Turkey in Aculon's prison.
Have faith. Have faith.
Whatever happens today, the Plains leaders promised Turkey that he has the full support of the allied nations. Even if they can't attend the meeting, they will be watching and will do whatever they can to help
I believe
him.
in you, Turkey. I believe in you.
There we go. Turkey is now back on the Snow Island.
Oh, it's been a while.
I think he's going to the meeting right away.
I'm gonna take a moment to appreciate things that have come while you're gone. You just go straight to the meeting. I guess. What is that? Just such a fun guy, man.
This is weird. Turkey's been at the castle for like a few minutes now, and Elanulo's nowhere to be seen.
Is he underground? It is freaking cheap.
Oh, he's right
there
here.
he is.
He's on his way.
Where were you, though?
Here we go. Everyone's here now. I think everyone's here now. Knights come to the castle.
Alright.
Wow, I think these are all
It's a
the
big moment.
high-ranking officials of Aculon. They're all
It's
here.
a big moment.
Hear ye, hear ye. All barons, Duke Turkey, and fellow knights have now come together to speak with Emperor Elanulo. Elanulo, would you please start the conversation?
Wait. Turkey, hold up. So before we begin, sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt. I have a special thing I want to do.
Wait.
Here,
Drew, not yet. I want to just leave first.
It's true.
Turkey,
Girl,
can you
sit
on the throne for a
I'm not
second?
trying to be. Okay, whatever. Why?
Just okay. What are we doing?
What is happening?
Can I trust you, Turkey?
Is Elanulo gonna give Turkey the title of king? Because the way he said, "Can I trust you?" That's like, "Can I trust you with this position?" Like, "Can you be the new king?" Like that. That's how he said it. Am I wrong? Am I right? The way that he said it was like, "Can I trust you with like being the new king?" I might be overly optimistic, like Turkey thinks he might have been. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah?
You like this, right? Sitting on the throne?
Okay, I don't think so.
You put me on here. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think he just doesn't trust him. Is it Twitch? Why is Twitch here?
What are you getting on about?
I know that you've colluded.
Yeah, I don't
with
think
the
he's
Plains
gonna make
Alliance.
him.
And I know that you want to take over this nation. Take this throne for yourself.
Whoa.
Elanulo,
There's nothing you can do at this point to convince me that you're not plotting a revolution
This
against me.
isn't what he's trying to do.
I got you red-handed.
No! Elanulo! Yes, I've talked with Plains. I've also talked with Desert and Jungle. I am a diplomat. And I'll tell you this, all those people that I talked with will become our allies the moment we turn this place into an actual democracy.
Why are you secretly leading people off my island?
Come on, Elanulo, hear him
Because
out.
they thought you were going to kill them. And to be honest, so did I. So that's the point of this meeting.
Gosh.
You want to get rid of me? You know what? How about I just leave, and you won't have to deal with me again? I'm just gonna go. Okay?
Yeah, please. Just let him go.
Yeah, and then you'll come back with an army.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Turkey.
Don't do it! No! 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 Turkey! No! 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 Crap. No!
Wow.
No! No!
Oh! Wait.
Okay.
They're killing Turkey's supporters. They're hunting down his supporters as well.
What? Oh my god!
This is crazy.
Hello, please!
Like that, there was a purge on the Snow Island, and many of Turkey's supporters were killed. The few who were able to escape immediately swam to the other islands to tell everyone exactly what happened.
Oh my god.
All of the knights started executing Bernie, Ender, Turkey. They assassinated some of the most loved members of Echelon.
When A.F.R.Y. in Turkey's death message appeared in chats, people around the world were outraged, and shortly after, the leaders of the allied nations started activating their militaries, putting them on standby.
Oh my god. The way Turkey... We gotta kill Anilo. We have to kill Anilo. We actually have to kill him, though. We actually have to kill him, though. We have to. Oh my god. No, we gotta kill Anilo now.
Turkey once visited Los Pollos Hermanos.
Where has the turkey been, Ro? The two chickens. The two chickens. The two birds.
Meanwhile,
chicken and a freaking turkey.
Word that the allies were preparing their armies, so he declared a full lockdown, reached out to his own allies, and called them to the Aculon Castle to be ready in case the allies declare war. And sure enough, when the Blaze leaders talked with Theria and Seth, the vote was unanimous. On day 10, the Alliance of Democratic Nations officially declared
we gotta kill Anilo. We have to kill Anilo.
Empire.
I just want to say I wish you luck and great success. Hopefully we all see some of you tomorrow to sign the constitution of the new Aculon Republic. The new Aculon Republic that we all dream about having. Thank you. Thank you all.
This isn't about us. This isn't about our lives. It's about getting justice for Turkey and ridding the world of tyranny.
All the allied nations met up at the center island so they could attack the Snow Islands together.
Today, we fight for revenge. We fight for freedom.
Who is it? No, that is an actual... That guy has fought in a war. That guy's fought in a real-life war. Come on! Kill him! Burn him alive! Drop him in lava! Just like he did to the turkey!
But little did the allies know, Aladiolo had set a trap. The Aculon builders had taken inspiration from history and created what they called the Iron Torch, the most advanced defensive tower in the world, complete with dangerous height, sturdy walls, arrow slits, and lava cover.
Oh god, that is...
This is crazy.
It's just gonna be raining arrows.
They're here.
It's time. The Battle of Aculon. Alright. It's time. We gotta kill Audio.
Time can never be
what the hell?
Your trusted friend or your sworn ally.
Let's just say swear.
No, it's the harshest mistress.
Hold on, I don't want to pause the. I don't want to pause the climactic moment. Am I the only one who thought he was going to say time could never be your trusted friend or your sworn enemy? Because you know, that would rhyme. Like, time could never be your trusted friend or your sworn enemy. You know? But he said ally instead. You know, right? Whatever. Oh my god. We have to kill Elanio. This is a movie. This is Hollywood could never. This is a movie, and Hollywood could never.
Maybe a love like ours can lead out its call.
Oh god. This is a movie. Movie. This is actually just a movie.
Watch out, they're coming up.
Oh my god. This is a movie. I don't care what you say, it's a movie. No! 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 God damn it! No! No! Oh, that's smart. Oh, that's smart.
They're dropping lava on them.
Oh my god.
What's up, please now? Keep going!
Come on! Kill him! Burn him! Boy, I'm alive! Kill his family too! Make him watch it! Make him watch! Come on! This is a movie! This is actually just a movie!
They're right below! Guys, TT!
Oh my god. Come on. Oh. Come on. Come on, kill him. Kill him. Yes. Yes. Yes, please. Yes. 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 Burn. 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 Yeah. Oh, my throat. My throat.
Elanio died.
Yes! Oh god, my throat burns. Ow.
Soon after Elanio died, the Aculon Empire officially surrendered.
Wait, Aculon officials say they surrendered? Kill them.
But even though Aculon surrendered, the allies didn't stop fighting. No mercy, no mercy. They're all saying no mercy.
I'm not complaining, but...
Like that, there was a purge on the Snow Island. But this time, it was the supporters of Turkey doing the killing. This is just an absolute slaughterfest.
No! 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 God, I want to scream louder, but I physically can't. Shrimp! Shrimp! No! I mean, they took Zonta from us, so I guess we could take the... Oh, man. Shrimp! No, Shrimp was the real main character.
The Allies had completely taken over the Iron Torch, and all the Aculon forces had either been killed or had fled the island and gone into hiding. And
Guardian
with that,
Go-Go.
the Alliance of Democratic Nations had defeated the Aculon Empire.
Oh my god. This is actually just a movie.
It was only when the war ended and the clouds parted that the Allies were finally able to reflect on what they had done. They had succeeded, but they had also shown no mercy.
Yeah,
when their enemy surrendered, they continued to be ruthless and thirsty for blood.
We will fight and we will win.
It was as if they had become their enemy.
I told you Horus was a bad guy.
As the Allies each safely
It was probably
returned
Horus'
to
idea
their
to
homes.
no mercy.
Now with a clear mind, many of them felt regret.
Wow.
Neither side was completely innocent.
This is
and the
cinema.
war was
This is
complicated.
peak cinema.
But at
This
least
is a
it
movie.
was
This is a
over.
movie. This is a cinematic
And
masterpiece.
the Allies
Hollywood
had
could
won.
never. Oh my! Nearly half
Over the
of
next
what
few
they
days,
started
the
with are
people of
completely
Plains,
gone.
Feria,
Nearly
Seth,
half
and a
of
few
all the
smaller
people are just
nations
dead.
created a world alliance with a massive parliament building on the center island where world leaders met to discuss the affairs of their nations and, most importantly, to keep the peace. And the first order of business was pardoning the few living players who fought for
makes sense.
Aculon so they didn't have to live in hiding.
Alright. Yeah, that makes sense.
Meanwhile, the snow refugees were able to move back to the snow island and create the new Aculon Republic, putting democracy in snow. They also tore down the remains of the Iron Torch and put in its place a graveyard honoring all who died in the Battle of Aculon. And overlooking the graveyard was the man, or Turkey, who inspired them all.
That is beautiful. I could never build something that good in Minecraft. This is a movie.
The jungle
This is a
went
movie.
back to hosting comedy shows. The desert went back to pursuing the arts. And Drift Chicken went back to running Los Pollos Hermanos. After all that happened throughout the days, things were finally settling down.
This is, oh my god, this might be my favorite video ever.
For many players, the newfound peace allowed
Legal
for new
advice for
stories to
$15,
begin.
okay.
But for us, it's a good place to end.
Where's the sequel? I need season 2. Need 2,000 players. Wait, is there an actual sequel? 1,000 player simulated civil. Hold up. Videos. Come on, load. Yeah, this is after. Have I seen this? Wait, what? I don't Why does it say I've watched this? Have I watched this? This was too no, I would have remembered. Did I watch? Wait, what? I don't. Have I watched this before? Have I watched? I don't remember watching this. Oh my god. No, I'm watching this next. I'm watching this next. This is 2 hours. Oh my god. This is cinema. This was the best No, I need to watch this again. I need to watch this again. Your flesh disintegrate into ashes. Burn. The song. Bro, 10 out of 10. This was beautiful. This is like my favorite video. This might be my favorite video. I
really want to go to war over this?
Well, if you keep killing our people, then we won't just stand by and watch.
All right, fine. The sea people declare
And
war.
this all started not with an ad. Get out of here.
Go to war.
What
With
the
so
hell?
many people on each island, anything can happen. But I can promise you one thing. This event ended up having the most entertaining story arc
This all started with just
for jungle people to talk with each other, since players could only read chat messages. Next to the wheat field was a cookie factory and he now envisioned
that's
a
like later on.
and just like that, the food supply going into a few minutes later, this player, Xelius, was caught trying to sneak his
and like
did not like that Sidefall was reaching out to other islands instead of reaching out to him, so he quickly established his own alliance with two other plain settlements, both located on the east side of the...
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, which you probably did, please check out Ish. Subscribe to him. Everyone unsubscribe from my channel and just subscribe to Ish. I don't care. From now on, every single video I'm going to make is to talk about Ish and how he's an amazing person and how I need to subscribe to him right now. But yeah. Also, if you just enjoyed this reaction, consider subscribing to me too and liking. Yeah. And also check out my other videos too. I feel like I should start saying that. Yeah. Thank you all for watching and sayonara.